So on today's video, what we're going to be doing is looking at the new DLC, the new downloadable content that you can buy for about £17 on the Xbox One. It's called Dine Out. So in this video, what we can do now that we've bought the downloadable content is make a restaurant. So what I'm going to do is from watching this video, you should see how you can create the restaurant, what you need to do, and also see the restaurant that I will be creating. So if you've watched my videos before, you will see that I've entered the cheat code and I've given myself £1 million. So what I'm going to do here, one of the things you have to do is transfer your money into your business. It's like having two bank accounts really. You have like your normal money and your bank account money. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transfer 600,000, which should be plenty, and it also leaves my man a little bit of money when he goes back to his normal house. So what you have to do is have your character, your sim, you have to have him to buy a normal house, and then you will buy a second plot of land which will build your restaurant. So the confusing thing is that you think how you can't just go and buy a plot of land and start building your restaurant. You have to have two plots of land, one for your original Sims home and then one that you'll use for the restaurant. So what I'm going to do in today's video is basically, hopefully by watching this video, you'll be able to see pretty much from start to finish how to build your restaurant and the information that you need you can get from this restaurant, and also we can have a little bit of fun and create a restaurant. What I've gone for in today's episode was a restaurant that we can try and have a little bit of fun with. So I'm gone Nando's. We're going to try and build our own Nando's restaurant on The Sims. So what I've done so far is I've built the main entrance, and you know, like when you walk into Nando's, you walk straight in and it's just the seating area, and then what I've done is at the back's the kitchen and then the toilets on the right. So that's what I've done, because that's pretty much all there is in a Nando's or in a restaurant. You have the toilets, you have the main place where you sit, and then obviously the kitchen's at the back. Our local Nando's is full of glass, so all the walls are glass, so you can actually see out into the road and the car park and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do here. All Nando's are different, obviously depending on where you live, but there's a lot of restaurants that have this style where it's like all glass walls and you can look out. If it's outside, you know, if it's in a shopping centre, you might not have all the glass. But on my one, local to me, I'm going to show you kind of what the Nando's looks like. I'm not sure how much Sims has put into actually making like a restaurant, so I don't know if we're going to have things like restaurant items, you know, like a drinks machine and a till and stuff like that. So you're going to see the items as well as me for the first time. If you're like what I'm doing today, then as I said, you can go and buy it for about £17. And also, this is a good thing about the great thing about YouTube really, is because you can watch my video and see if you like the look of it. You go, actually, that looks really good, I'm going to go buy it, or actually, I'm not going to bother. So you can decide by watching this video. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just doing the bare basics, you know, the boring stuff. Building the walls, putting the flooring down, putting the windows and doors, nothing overly exciting. If you wanted to build a restaurant and you know, not on a budget, then check out my other video where you can see the cheats that you need, and then you can obviously have your unlimited amount of money, and then you can build the best restaurant possible, or the restaurant you want. If this video goes well and people like it, I'll might make more videos like this. Next time I can make a McDonald's, we can make any kind of restaurant you want, because they're all laid out slightly differently. You know what I mean? They all have toilets and, I mean, things you haven't thought of before. See how I've done two there? So I was doing like a male toilet and a female toilet. I thought that was quite clever of me to even remembered. I've got like a back door so we can have a garden area. We can have people sitting out in the garden, because a lot of restaurants have gardens, don't they? And then we got our equipment that we'll have to put in the kitchen. So what I can see is, so far, is that, when I have a little look earlier, is that there is actually a lot of like kitchen, like big kitchen stuff that they've put into this game. So that means we can, you know, actually kit out the kitchen to make it look like a real kitchen in a real restaurant. I'll show you in a minute once we obviously decorate the walls and the wallpaper and the windows. I can show you the furniture that you get with this DLC. Obviously, being able to buy this downloadable content, you get to be able to create a restaurant. What I'm going to show you today is all the furniture and fittings and stuff that you can actually get by making the purchase. This video is just going to be showing you how to create it, the furniture that you get, the items, how to find the items and so forth. Because when you actually you've actually got to search for categories and search for the restaurant items to find them all. I'll show you that in a little while. And yeah, so I'm just adding in the windows. As you can see, the big windows are at the front, but in a kitchen, usually kitchens are, not got these biggest of windows and more lights, and what I mean. So we're just adding some windows. Now we're doing the wallpaper. Restaurants have pretty standard wallpaper, really, don't they? Nothing fancy. So we're just gonna do the outside, and then we'll do the inside, which is the fun bit, as we all know. So, what we're going to do afterwards, I'm going to try and lay it out with some wooden chairs, wooden benches, maybe some bars. We're going to see if they've got any tills or something that looks like a till. I'm going to have to, in a minute also, like when you go into the toilet, there's cubicles. So I'm going to have to rebuild the kitchen in a minute. Not the kitchen, sorry about that, the bathrooms, toilets. So I'm just removing this wall, because I'm going to have to put in cubicles, aren't I? But what I'm going to do is, my plan is I'm going to have one toilet, big toilet. I'm going to put loads of cubicles, which can be male or female, because in real life sometimes when you go to certain restaurants or train stations or restaurants, they have like a communal unisex toilet, where it's loads of cubicles and then a separate bit with all the sinks. So then you can go in, you can use any cubicle, come out and wash your hands at the group of sinks. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put in like 5 cubicles and then like 4 or 5 sinks, and then make it like a unisex toilet. That's my plan, because as you can see, it's quite small. I haven't put a lot of space in for the toilet area, so I thought it would be better if I just do it like that. Okay, so what else have I got to do? Oh yeah, the actual cubicles. That should be, just do these little squares, 2 by 2. Yep, see how many I need. One more? No, because that's where the sink's going to go. But one thing I've just thought of also is the staff toilet, because you will never go into a public toilet, like a public restaurant, into the customer toilet and see staff in there. So these staff must have a back toilet, must they? So I'm just going to put in one of them. I'm thinking of everything for you guys today. I've got to, change things now. Now that I've changed the walls, I've got to re-wallpaper. I've got to change the what are they called, windows. I was going to say mirrors, but replace the windows and stuff. Now I've got to put a door in for that toilet. But yeah, we will get there. It's a bit of a funny shape at the moment, but there should be enough to, do a little bit of a garden area. So we shall see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, and this stuff just takes so long, just decorating the outside. I just want to get inside and get building the tables and the chairs and getting the restaurant looking like a restaurant. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this all off, and then there's going to be a skip in the gameplay, just to save you guys watching all of this, the boring stuff of Sims. So I'm going to skip it forward in a minute, and then you'll see the restaurant advance about 10 minutes forward. You can see it looking much better. Here we go. Are you ready? And this is what we have. So I haven't really done that much. I've just put in loads of tables and a counter. You know what? Trying to put in the tables was actually really hard, because I don't know. In restaurants, sometimes the tables and chairs aren't all neat. Can I say? They're like, some are on the wall, some are in the middle, some tables are 2, some are 4, some are big tables. They're all mixture. So I've tried to get tables that are like 2s, 4s, 6s, seat different people. Just doing the toilet area, sticking in the toilets, sticking in the sinks, just to make it look real. I'm liking what I'm doing here, and then I'm going to put in all the sinks and toilets, and I'm going to put some sinks at the very end. So if people come into the toilet and they don't actually want to go to the toilet, they can just go straight to the sink bit, and I put some mirrors above the sink. They might want to just go in there and do the makeup and stuff. So, you know what I mean? This is restaurant after all. We're going to make it look like a real restaurant. That's what people do, go and freshen up in the toilet before they go and enjoy their chicken, because this is going to be Nando's. We're going to get it looking good. Okay, so the bathroom is nearly done, to be fair. I'll just stick a bin in the corner and that'll be about it. there's no rush for that. So what I've got to do, as you can see, there's a nice little bar there, like when you go into Nando's, you come in the front door, you go straight over to the counter and you pay. So I've tried to make the centre of the restaurant quite clear, because as you know, when you come into a restaurant in Nando's and so forth, it's quite spacious at the front, because that's where you would line up, you get your menu, and then you go straight over to the till, pay, and then you go to your tables. I've got these little menus outside so the customers can, as you can see, just beside the door, stick their bin in the bathroom. Because you usually get your menu sometimes when you're waiting to go into Nando's. So that's what we got there. One of the last things I'm going to do is the chairs, because I have no clue what chairs to put around them tables. So that will probably change. What I might do is split this into 2 videos. You may have to watch part 2. But oh yeah, so it's because there's plenty to do. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of heating outside, you know, so then people, when it gets really busy and they're standing outside, they can keep warm. I think they're like heaters anyway. As you can see, some of the stuff that we can add into the restaurant. I'm having some sort of problem with this cooker stove. I think what I'm going to have to do is remove the windows. I keep getting them confused today, don't I? Remove the windows. There seems to be some nice big kitchen appliances that we can get. Dishwashers. I'm going to put in a couple of them, because as you know, I can imagine a restaurant goes for a lot of dishes. So let's put in a good 2 or 3 dishwashers. And then I'm going to have to remove some windows to put in that kitchen. Okay, so let's remove. That's it. And then we'll put the kitchen in there. What I did is put in a nice big open door for the kitchen from the kitchen into behind the bar area. There's plenty of different things that they've added. The one thing I haven't gone for, which I might change at a later time, is booths. I didn't realise, but you can actually create like booths, like in a restaurant, you know, you get like a booth, the good seats, shall I say. I might have to change the tables and put in a booth later. But I didn't realise I put in the tables, and now I've realised I got the booth chairs, and I'm like, oh, I should have get rid of the tables and create the booths. But we shall see. I could always put the booth chairs and just leave the tables where they are. What I'm doing now, you know when you come into the restaurant and usually line up, so I'm putting a little counter area here. That's where the host of the restaurant will meet and greet you, and you know, say welcome to Nando's, is there any tables available, so forth. I'm really looking forward to deciding what chairs. For me, I feel like the chairs to match the tables is the hard bit. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to make one of these restaurants, then I hope this has helped, and this has showed you exactly how to do it, from buying your land to the kind of furniture they have. And also check out my other video for the cheats to get the money to create this restaurant. Hope you've enjoyed part 1. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.